Hello, once again, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Roll88 coming at you live and in the flesh. Today, I just wanted to take a little moment, not some, well, a moment of silence for those that died on September 11th, but they know that we know that it was all like staged and stuff. You know, they had what, $2.3 trillion at the Pentagon and everything else. The main thing I'm trying to say in this video is life matters, okay? And they're working to make life as meaningless as possible. They want there to be a bunch of atheists and Satanists. They want you to think that there's no hope left, which is not the truth. Um, Satan works 24/7. Jesus works 24/7. They're always on the clock for human salvation. And I mean, I was thinking just a second ago that I've got a lot that I need to repent of. From being in uh, these wars and conflicts and stuff. This lady was like, "Oh, but you did that for us," and I'm like, "Ooh, no, I did it more for the gold, oil, and drugs that were over there because that's what all troops do it for. Um, it's all just for greed and gains, and it's not for the soldiers' gains. It's for the big money bags on Wall Street's gains." And this is all truth. This is the real truth of life. Um, the painful truth, as it was. Um, so yeah, and I thought it was so funny. I was thinking about the Democrats and stuff like that, and how they have their diversity, and yet they'll race bait and they'll turn everything into racism, so that there can't be diversity, so that me and you are equals because we end up having all the same bloodlines in us. Even though God likes it when there's different tribes, that's something God, I think, enjoys, is the diversity. Because when you have universality and when you have that oneness, see, God himself is a triune God. So he's got diversity within himself beyond what we could ever imagine. If you look at just anything, chemistry, um, all that stuff, you can start to see a pattern emerge where it's like it's not that God is in everything, because that's not true. God's not in your poop when you go sit on the toilet. God is only in the holy things, okay? So that's important to remember. Because there's people that are like, "Oh, God's in that blanket, God," haha. No, like, God is in our spirit. Because by that notion, if God's in everything, then he's in the robots that are going to replace us too, you know, which is not true at all. They're soulless robots, okay? And just because you can animate something or give something life, Walt Disney used to do that, and he also used to slip, you know, little, boobies into his films. So yeah, or I don't know if it was him directly, but he was the head man in charge saying, "Hey, do this little burn mark, Fight Club. If you guys have seen Fight Club, you know what I'm talking about with the burn marks and stuff like that." But anyways, yeah, I just thought that I would come out with a little bit of truth today because it is blind 11. I don't know why you can't say numbers. It's 911. Call the cops. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing, right? Unless it's an emergency. Whatever. There's only one emergency in this life, and it's taking down Satan and repenting and following Jesus. That is a crisis. That is an emergency. If you can answer that emergency call, you will be doing okay. I promise. Um, and don't worry about what you're going to eat, where you're going to sleep, what you're going to wear. God will take care of all of that. Listen, there's 7 billion of us. Pretty sure we can make clothes, make food for each other, all this other stuff. And these Freemasons that are doing all this secret stuff and going, "Oh, do, 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 do. How should we corrupt and rule society now?" It's just sick. And what sucks a lot about it is, like, they know that we're going to sin again, and they know that they've got us kind of like trapped in a way. But here's the thing, Jesus is ultimate freedom. Okay, this is the thing. Because they might say, "Oh, it's a prison planet, da da da." You know, life begins when the church ends, and all this other stuff. But the church never ends because the church is inside of our hearts. Okay, do you see? Jesus is right here. We are the light of the world. Jesus was the light of the world. Now we are the light of the world. And we cut through the darkness, and we bring the peace and joy that surpasses everything. So them relying on us falling back into sin and not sacrificing everything for Jesus is a fallacy. And I just hope that you guys are as strong in the faith as I am becoming, and your spiritual walk is just as strong as mine. Yeah, we have to just be willing to die for Jesus, because this life is not a prison. Life is fun. Life is great. Being a human being is fine. We all sin. We all fall short. And the point is, we're all redeemed as well in the end. We just have to believe. So, I'm tired. I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah, it's just, we should be looking for Jesus in all things and not worrying so much about anything. Because who can add an hour to their life by worrying? Nobody. So, anyways, just put all your woes in God's hands. He will take care of your burdens, and He will help you. He'll reach out to you right where you are. You don't have to go to church. You don't have to get in your car. You don't have to go anywhere. God sees you struggling wherever you are, sitting right there. He sees your baggy eyes, droopy. He sees your spirit has low energy. He sees you fell into sin and you're trying to come out. He sees all of this. God, like I said, God and the devil are working 24/7. And God wins in the end. But because we do operate in a linear fashion with our lives progressing through a chronological order, I mean, it's in the end. It's not right now. It's not in the present. God wins in the end. Is He winning right now? Well, we need to be more patient. God is very gradual. God is very quiet. And a lot of times you'll have a harder time getting in touch with God if you're living your life fast or too sinful, or even taking part in too many of the things of this world. God will just say, "Hey, you need a minute? Okay, like I'm going to give you a minute. But, if you die in that minute, don't say I didn't warn you." You know what I mean? That's kind of what God does. So yeah. But yeah. Anyways, love you guys. I hope that this was, edifying or a benediction to you, or whatever, uplifting, helpful, spiritual. But yeah, oneness is bad. Singularities are bad. Robotic AI technology replacing humans, that's bad. Replacing workers, replacing God's creation, that's bad. That's all terrible. So yeah, these Freemasons are just sick. Illuminati, Freemason, blood drinking. Whew, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. Been there. It's not pleasant. And of course, as we reveal the enemy, we're going to have to keep going down that rabbit hole. So like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye.